Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Say With Me. If you want to improve your English speaking skills, the best way is to practice every single day. The more you speak, the more confident and natural you'll become. That's why in this video, we're going to practice together. Here's how it works. I'll tell you a story, and after each sentence, you'll repeat after me. Try to copy my pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm as closely as possible. Speaking out loud is key. Don't just listen. Say it with me. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a chance to practice with me. Your daily practice starts here. Are you ready? Let's get started. Today's story is called The Road Trip of a Lifetime, an unforgettable adventure with friends. Let's begin.
Hello, my name is Emma, and I am so excited to share this journey with you. Traveling has always been a passion of mine, and this road trip turned out to be one of the most unforgettable experiences of my life. Let me take you along as I recount every thrilling, unexpected, and heartwarming moment of our adventure. It all started with a simple idea, one that would turn into one of the most unforgettable adventures of my life. It was a regular Friday evening, and my friends and I were sitting in our favorite cafe, sipping on coffee and talking about how bored we were with our usual routine. We had spent the past few weeks drowning in work, stuck in the same cycle of waking up, going to the office, coming home exhausted, and doing it all over again the next day. We needed a break, something exciting. Something that would shake up our lives and give us a sense of adventure. Then, out of nowhere, Mike leaned forward with a mischievous grin and said, "Why don't we go on a road trip?" At first, we all laughed, thinking it was just another one of his spontaneous ideas that would never happen. But then, as the idea sank in, we started to look at each other, realizing that it actually wasn't a bad idea. In fact, it was exactly what we needed. The thought of hitting the open road, exploring new places, and making memories together felt like the perfect escape. We immediately started throwing out ideas for destinations. Sarah suggested the mountains, while Jake was more interested in the beach. Emily, the history buff, wanted to visit famous landmarks, and Mike just wanted to drive with no destination in mind. After debating for a while, we finally agreed. Our destination would be the Grand Canyon. None of us had ever been there before, and it was far enough to make the trip feel like a real adventure. With the decision made, we jumped straight into planning mode. We had to figure out the route, which car to take, how much money we'd need, and what to pack. We mapped out our journey and picked some interesting stops along the way. Small towns, national parks, and famous roadside attractions. We also made sure to book a few motels for when we needed to rest, but we were open to camping under the stars if we found the perfect spot. Sarah's SUV was the best choice for the trip since it was spacious enough to fit all 5 of us in our luggage. We calculated our budget and agreed to split all expenses evenly. The next step was packing. Snacks, emergency kits, road trip playlists, extra clothes, and of course, a camera to capture all the moments. The morning of our departure finally arrived, and we were beyond excited. We met at Sarah's house at the crack of dawn, threw our bags in the trunk, and set off. The car was filled with laughter, energy, and the sweet scent of fresh coffee that we had picked up on the way. Mike, who had volunteered to be the designated DJ, played our carefully curated road trip playlist. The first song was "Life is a Highway," which felt like the perfect way to start our adventure. The first few hours of driving were nothing short of amazing. The scenery was breathtaking as we passed rolling green hills, vast open fields, and charming small towns. We made random stops along the way, taking pictures in front of quirky roadside attractions and visiting diners that looked like they were straight out of a 1950s movie. Of course, no road trip is complete without a few unexpected challenges. About 4 hours into the drive, we found ourselves in the middle of nowhere with the low fuel light blinking on the dashboard. Panic set in when we realized we hadn't seen a gas station for miles. We frantically checked the GPS, which told us that the nearest station was still 20 miles away. With our hearts pounding, we drove as cautiously as possible, trying to conserve every drop of fuel. Those 20 miles felt like the longest drive of our lives. Just when we were starting to accept the possibility of being stranded in the desert, we spotted a small, dusty gas station on the horizon. Relief washed over us as we pulled in and filled up the tank. Another unexpected challenge came when we decided to camp at a national park for the night. What we didn't account for was how cold it would get. None of us had packed enough warm clothes, and by midnight we were all shivering in our sleeping bags. Instead of sleeping, we spent most of the night laughing, telling stories, and taking turns keeping the campfire alive for warmth. It was uncomfortable, but somehow those moments ended up being some of the best memories of the trip. As we got closer to the Grand Canyon, the excitement grew stronger. And when we finally arrived, the sight before us took our breath away. The canyon stretched out endlessly, its deep reds and oranges glowing under the golden sunlight. It was more beautiful than we had ever imagined. We spent the entire day hiking, taking pictures, and simply standing at the edge, marveling at the sheer size of it. As the sun set, we sat on a cliffside, watching the sky explode into shades of pink, purple, and orange. It was one of the most peaceful moments I had ever experienced. That night, instead of staying at a motel, we decided to camp under the stars. Lying on a blanket, staring up at the sky, I realized just how small we were in the grand scheme of things. Away from the city lights, the stars shone brighter than I had ever seen before. The sky was a vast canvas of twinkling lights, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. We built a campfire and gathered around it, letting its warm glow flicker against the dark surroundings. We roasted marshmallows, shared stories from our childhood, and talked about our dreams and fears. As the fire crackled, we found ourselves reminiscing about past adventures, laughing at old jokes, and opening up about thoughts we rarely shared. The distant sounds of nocturnal wildlife blended with our conversations, making the moment feel even more surreal. As the flames danced in the night, we felt a profound sense of connection, not just with each other, but with the vastness of the world around us. The warmth of the fire, the laughter echoing into the quiet, and the sense of absolute freedom made it a night we would never forget. The next morning, we were greeted by the soft golden glow of the sunrise. The air was crisp and fresh, and the scent of pine lingered around us. We enjoyed a simple breakfast of granola bars and hot coffee while soaking in the breathtaking view one last time. After packing up our things, we started our journey back home, but this time we took a different route through the rolling hills. Along the way, we stumbled upon a beautiful lake with crystal clear water. Without a second thought, we pulled over and ran toward it, eager to cool off. We laughed as we splashed around, enjoying the refreshing water. After a while, we dried off and shared a delicious picnic by the lakeshore. Once our stomachs were full, we packed up again and made our way home, carrying with us memories that would last a lifetime. The trip back home was bittersweet. None of us wanted the adventure to end, but we knew that reality was waiting for us. As we drove back, we reminisced about everything that had happened. The unexpected detours, the gas station scare, the freezing night in the tent, and all the laughter in between. We had started the trip as 5 friends looking for an escape. But we returned feeling closer than ever, bonded by the experiences we had shared.
Great job today. You did amazing. Keep practicing and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake brings you one step closer to improvement. Learning English is a journey, and the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, Say With Me, for more fun and interactive English practice. Let's keep learning together. See you in the next video. Keep speaking, keep growing, and never stop learning. Bye for now.